Testing, testing. Hopefully the audio should be okay. Let's see. Should be fine. Let me just check for a bit. Alright, there you go. I think it should be fine for the most part. Hopefully the audio isn't too bad, but if you happen to be tuning in, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Oh wait, hang on. Alright, there you go. Let me try to check some stuff first. I'm not sure the audio is okay. Give me 1 second. I think we should be okay now. Alright. I guess I'll leave it there. Anyway, hello YouTube. My name is Jenner. This isn't going to be too long of a stream. I do want to cover some stuff because I know there was like the new Pokemon Direct, which covered. Sorry, covered and talked about a little bit, but I did want to bring it up a bit more. Also, Elden Ring just been all over my feed lately. I might as well bring it up my own just to get it over with. And also, of course, with regards to news, there was the State of the Union that actually just finished. I won't talk about that too much. Why is Twitter recommending these fucking right-wing chuds? All they do is just compare the same things that Trump says. Ew, nasty. Again, like especially like Tim Pool, like the dude was literally trending today. I'll see if I can start off there. Might as well. But the dude was just trending today because he what was like the president of Ukraine was like doing some sympathy. Like here, he actually says, "Oh, we desire to see our children alive," and then Tim Pool, like being the absolute psycho that he is. He's your typical Trump simp if you've never like kept up with him. Same thing, just your typical Republican. But he, like in response to like I believe it was the president of Ukraine, saying we desire to see our children alive. He just says like I despise appeals to emotion. Like, dude, that just makes you come off as a psychopath. I mean, which again he is because like all he does is like appeal to emotion is like vids. Like every one of his vids is just clickbait of like at one point like he leading up to the midterms and the election, just straight up saying oh there's gonna be a civil war, like definitely a civil war if things don't turn out. Like the dude is just a psychopath. I mean, along with just being just flat out incel. Like as he's actually like said so on a stream, which is pretty hilarious. But let's see some of the stuff that's been covered. Jared Holt, he's a pretty good journalist. One of the few decent ones. Definitely recommend if you've never checked him out. Tim Pool, the guy who famously does not use emotional appeals to fill in where his mind lacks in thought. Again, yeah. Then here, as I said here, losing mind at Tim Pool saying it's too soy for the president of Ukraine to actually care about the children. Here, after spending years of, the Surf too, I believe they're covering the State of the Union right now, because Biden just finished. But reading here from the Surfs, they're pretty good. After spending years screaming and fabricating culture war, again, culture war is just fake news. Doesn't matter. Just the same shit from right-wing chuds. Culture war issues, the only lens people like Tim Pool and Paul Joseph Watson can view the horrible events unfolding in Ukraine is by framing it as they, them, army, or as the World War woke. That's kind of like the thing you'll see. Like again, like same thing how people kind of spam. Oh no, I'm gonna get canceled. Oh no, it's the woke mob. Like, dude, it's Twitter. Get over it. It's just Twitter. You're just online too much. Go touch some grass or something. It doesn't matter. It just does not matter. Like you want to talk about someone getting canceled? What's a recent example? Dave Chappelle. Oh no, Dave Chappelle's getting canceled. Can't wait to see his next special on Netflix called "Why Am I Getting Canceled?" That'll be the title or some shit like that. Same thing with like people like Joe Rogan and stuff. Like they'll just flat out spread just false misinformation. But when you actually criticize them, they'll just say, "Oh no, I'm getting canceled," or some shit like that. Tim Pool already knows what he's saying is dumb. Again, yeah, that's the same. That's the point. I mean, I do think it's funny. The dude is an insult, but also like the fact he just it's an ongoing meme. The fact that he just constantly wears the beanie because he actually is bald underneath. He's just I don't know like why just own it, dude. If you're bald, you're bald. Go ahead. Nothing to be ashamed of. But if you're just gonna be shy about it and try to talk about you actually like know stuff in this world, when at the end of the day all you do is just to do some emotional appeal. Here, Tim Pool, clearly a sociopath, incapable of feeling emotion, so he disses other people's legitimate emotional reactions to shocking war atrocities. Because he's no human ability to give a crap about anyone but his privilege and title as self. Again, yeah, that's pretty good. And here's actually the clip, that's from a CNN who posted it, with the Ukrainian president saying, we desire to see our children alive. I think it's a fair one. Met with standing ovation at the European Parliament. I believe also he talked with some EU members, if I recall correctly, or UN members. Sorry, UN members. After a powerful speech that caused the UN translator to feel the choke of emotion. And then here we go with Simple saying, "I despise appeals to emotion." Like, dude, you just come off as an absolute psychopath. What's this? Oh yeah, here, Ethan. Let's see if I can open this. If this thing isn't just absolutely so slow. Tim Pool just called Zelensky a beta for asking Russia to stop killing Ukrainian kids. Again, yeah, the dude is just absolute weirdo. Same thing with all these right-wing chuds who just say the same thing that Trump does, only for a more younger audience, and on behalf of the Republican Party. Also trying to paint him as a communist for using universal sign of resistance. Oh yeah, I think I saw this one earlier. Tim Pool saying, Zelensky just performed the red salute, what? Or maybe he's saying Black Lives Matter. Not sure if he's supporting communism or critical race theory. I mean, hey, I'd be fine with both. They both sound pretty pog. What the heck is that? Let me see from CNN stuff. Oh yeah, because I think Vosh is covering the State of the Union. He covered it just now. I think he is still covering it because he's kind of rewatching it. Hassan is covering it over on Twitch. But the actual speech just finished. I mean, overall, it was a pretty. I mean, from your typical Democratic president, it's your solid speech, I guess. Of course, with the major edge focus more on like Russia and Ukraine going on lately. I did remember Biden saying something kind of like a task force meant to go after like Russian billionaire oligarchs. I mean, that's kind of neat, I guess. That's pretty solid, I guess. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, he should be using more of his power to kind of go after the Republicans for like just actively trying to hold back some like decent policies and legislation that could actually help people. Again, like I mean, I'm not even the biggest fan of Biden. Like I would have, I lean more towards Bernie if anything, with regards to policy. But take your wins where you can get them. If you can get some decent stuff passed, then I'll give him credit where credit is due. But yeah, but meanwhile, actually, though, I actually more forgot on the Republican side. There was like, what was it, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think her name is, and then like some Boebert lady. Like both of them were just trying to heckle Biden constantly. Boebert, I think, because of when he mentioned like his son, like because I think his son passed away, and then Marjorie Taylor Greene with regards, I think she tried to heckle him with regards to Afghanistan. Like again, it's just what would you say, untacky. I mean, again, they're Republicans. That's what you expect from these kind of right-wing sickos. Yeah, I actually did hear about this. Airstrikes hit a Holocaust memorial, and a massive Russian convoy appears to slow outside Ukraine's capital city. Yeah, I actually read about this. I actually saw this on my feed earlier on Twitter. If there's anything, if you happen to be tuning in, again, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If there's anything you want me to cover, feel free to leave in the chat or whatever. There was a lot to cover, but I mean, it's your typical Democratic State of the Union. I think Bernie will be making a speech. I might tune in for that, but I'm feeling a little bit tired, so I don't know if I'll tune at all. If anything, I'll probably just watch the rest of Vosh's and Hassan's coverage. Sorry of it. If you kind of been like keeping up with it, if you watch it and maybe want some more coverage, definitely recommend that. I mean, CNN will be doing like their typical stuff, but I mainly watch Vosh and Hassan because they, for the most part, covered in a pretty decent manner overall. But yeah, the stream won't be too long. This is kind of just my short reaction to the State of the Union. As I did mention, though, there is also the new Pokemon generation, like with the new trailer and such, with the Scarlet and Violet. I'm actually kind of excited for those because these games always usually come out around my birthday, so I'm kind of really excited for that. Probably get that. But also like the fact that they're coming really soon. And I think I mentioned it recently, but Pokemon must be really confident with Arceus if they're coming this soon, like in November. Why is my voice cracking? Whatever. But yeah, we'll see for that. Hopefully the games turn out okay. Biden now is at the hour for the U.S. to save democracy. I mean, again, he should do more. He should be pushing more with some of these policies. Because the Republicans are going out of their way to make sure like it's harder for people to vote. And I think we could all agree that voting is, for the most part, a good thing. More people should be allowed to vote. But I digress. Wheel of Fortune. Why is Wheel of Fortune? Oh yeah, there you go. There, Boebert. That was her name. That was the one I mentioned earlier. Thanks for the me fan. Debate Sam Cedar. Oh, you love to see it. You'll love to see it. Him just calling him out. I mean, Tim Pool is just like an actual like coward. Like he actually when he did a talk with Sam Cedar, like the dude was an actual like fucking nerd. Like he just went out of his way to when he was bringing up some of Trump's policies. The dude straight up made a Marvel like Avengers reference, like just like some nerd you see on Reddit. Like my goodness, like if you're watching people like Temple, like you've already lost. I don't know what else to tell you. The dude is just an absolute loser. Opposition to Putin's war is alive on Moscow streets, but not Russian TV. Oh yeah, I did see some stuff on RT, like it's getting like dropped by DirecTV, dropped it. Sorry, why am I stumbling so much? So yeah, I'd be curious to see where that goes. What else we got? Let me see here. Okay, we're good. What else do I want to move? Oh yeah, Zelensky saying a speech to the world. I'm not iconic. Ukraine is iconic. I mean, I guess that's kind of a more decent approach to it. Like I mean, if Putin went out of his way, like I mean, because he has done some stuff like this in the past. They went out of their way to try to like silence Zelensky. Like he would just be treated as a martyr, and it would only like increase his support. I think Var said something similar to this recently. So yeah, like I mean, again, just let him speak. He's the Ukrainian president. We'll see. Hopefully, he does some good stuff. I mean, hopefully, he helps the people who are suffering right now in his country right now. Zelensky says peace talks are a waste of time until Russia stops fighting. I mean, yeah, that's kind of for the most part reasonable. When millions of us across the forward Exxon quitting its last Russian project, Apple suspends all product sales in Russia. Oh yeah, I kind of mentioned this earlier with like how with like Apple Pay and stuff was kind of disabled there, I believe, and that's how like why it's kind of hard to travel over there with like trains and such, if I recall. I mentioned that one picture that was trending on Twitter. The West $1 trillion bid to collapse Russia's economy. I mean, again, like what sucks about this is that at the end of the day, it is still going to hurt the people of Russia, who of course they don't all support these actions. Like there are plenty of Russian protests going on, and also like people in Ukraine like standing up in solidarity with those suffering there. But I digress. Anything else I want to talk about? Brought up Pokemon. Elden Ring. Oh God, Elden Ring. Man, I said it before. The thing's just all over my feed. If you like it, good for you. Congrats. I wish you the best. I hope you enjoy, and all that stuff. Those kind of games are just not really for me. I would like to try it sometime. Dark Souls, Sekiro. I think Yuka had a Sekiro stream. It was pretty nice. What's the other one? Bloodborne, I think, is one of the other games. Wait, Switch 2. Why is Switch 2 turning? I just saw this. Pornhub remains accessible in Russia following invasion of Ukraine. Really? Why? I mean, I get why, but why? Whatever. It's Pornhub, man. If you want to watch porn, go watch it. Go satisfy your pleasures or whatever. Switch 2. What is Switch 2? Oh yeah, so there's that Lauren Burbick thing. I mean, again, she's kind of like Marjorie Taylor Greene, just your typical Trump. Not even protege, but just trying to copy him with his like rhetoric and such. Again, just your typical right-wing fascist rhetoric. Switch the logo. Did they really? Is that true? Guys, I have to switch. Hey, I still have the Wii U. The Wii U was actually not that bad of a console, but the lack of support definitely like hurt it a lot. So but I still have it. I played Black Ops 2 on the Wii U. Still do sometimes. It's pretty fun. And I have the Switch. It's pretty solid for the most part. I haven't played Breath of the Wild though, but I'll see a ton of clips on Twitter of like just doing crazy stuff in there. It does look kind of fun though. I'll be honest. It does look kind of fun. I don't know why Team Change is trending. Apple halted product sales in Russia. Yeah, okay. Kind of really already brought this up. Anything else I really want to mention? I already brought up CNN. Not much in anime today that I really want to bring up. I'll talk more about it probably tomorrow or the day after. Kiev under fire as it braces for more Russian. Oh, sorry, for mushroom. God no, Russian assaults. God, why can't I talk sometime? Racism at border. Oh yeah, I did see this. Fleeing foreign students face segregation, especially like among like Africans. I saw that. There's like a video on making the rounds on Twitter. I won't show it because it is kind of like messed up to actually see that stuff in real time. You even see like with how people are trying to say, oh, like divest and stuff with regards to Russia, but then like they've been like immensely silent when it came to Israel and like how it treated the Palestinians. With regards to BDS and stuff. Definitely recommend reading that up if you don't know much about that. But yeah, it is pretty messed up. It's just like actual racism going on that you can actually like see like how they not just mistreat some people just by the color of their skin and such. Best was just, man, why is my voice dragging so much? What the heck? What the hell? Defend roadblocks, rifles, Ukrainian flags at the ready. Russia trying to stop Western companies from fleeing the country. I mean, from the looks of it, it's not really like helping much. On the flight ban, I believe Biden mentioned that he likely won't have a no airspace thing, but he does say that they won't be allowed at least because that could trigger if you have NATO or U.S. forces like shooting down Russian aircraft, that can maybe lead to World War III. Probably don't want that. We have a book Nami's book club tomorrow. I do not want to miss that, and I'd rather not have a World War III stopping us from enjoying book club. Switch to taking the trending tab way better than more free running World War III. I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with being informed with this kind of stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, you may not care about politics, you may not care about this kind of political power, but it sure as hell cares about you. Whether it's your job or your wage or whatever. I mean, you may not care about it, but it damn sure cares about you. Now, whether or not it likes you or not or treats you well is a different story. But I digress. Oh yeah, he did do that kind of Made in America thing. So yeah, best wishes to all the people over there. Solidarity with those suffering in Ukraine. I don't know if I want to show too much because I don't know how copyright will be with this. I know Vosh is watching it on YouTube and his son on Twitch, so I don't really know how it's going on there. I'll just leave it at that. I have notifications. Let's see. Alright, there you go. That's just Twitter. I think that's will be it for now. Again, I didn't want to make this too long. I just wanted to kind of record my reaction to this State of the Union. Again, there were actually some decent bits, but for the most part, it's your standard Democratic State of the Union. Then you have the Republican response, which is again, as you saw with like people like Marty Taylor Greene and Boebert, they're just sickos. They're not interested in actually like helping people. Like say what you want about the Democrats, but they will have some policies, some legislation that can actually do some good for people. Meanwhile, you have like people like DeSantis, or even like people like Tucker Carlson over on Fox. They're just like fear mongering and stuff. And again, as you saw with MTG here, just like being attention seeking. That's about it. Not actually like interested in helping people, or even just pretending to want to help people. But yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. I just wanted to record my show reaction. If you did happen to tune in, thank you so much. I genuinely appreciate it. Thank you so much. Take care. Stay safe. Have a good day. And peace. Later.